Hi guys, hello, it's also me, Exot, and remember me? Okay, we will start. And today's our topic is differentiation. And what's differentiation? It's also math terms, and as I said before, and you have to learn math terms beforehand, because you may not understand this word, okay? If you want to understand very well what does differentiation mean, of course you have to learn the words which we will give you, alright? Okay. Now, if you want to understand what does differentiation mean, first of all, we have to understand the average rate of change of function. What does the average rate of change of function mean? So, it's the fundamental knowledge of differentiation. To tell the truth, it gives you the fundamental knowledge. I mean that, first of all, I want to prove the formulas, special formulas of the differentiation. Okay? Many students, they always try to learn all the formulas by heart. Actually, it's a big mistake. Why? Because you have to understand the formulas and the proof of formulas. And after that, of course, it will be very easier for you to remember them, right? So, in order to understand differentiation, as I said, and we have to understand the average rate of change of function. Let's try it. The average rate of change of function. Okay, now I will explain you what is the average rate of change of function. Okay, I will explain it. By the way, and I have to say something that how we sign and how we write the differentiation in the abbreviation form, in the abbreviated form. So we just sign this like this. We write this like this. So d divided by dx. Like, let's say x squared, we call this x squared equals 2x. It's a sign of differentiation, okay? And we have two signs. We also have the sign like this. We call this like this, okay? We just draw this sign, and it also means differentiation, right? It also equals 2x, sorry. Okay, we have two signs. We can just write this d is divided by dx, or like put the sign like this, right? And both of them also mean differentiation. Okay, now here is the question, and how I found this, how I found that the differentiation of the x squared would be 2x. Of course, there is a prepared ready formulas, but I don't want to write them. I want to prove them, right? Okay, let's prove them. First of all, let's take any function. It doesn't matter. Okay, we will write like this, and we call this f with respect to x, right? Okay. Now, here is a function, and the function is not definite. That's why, and I have to draw the graph of this function. We will need. Here is the go-to imagination, right? Okay. Now, we will draw the graph of the function. Okay, we call this axis of x. We call this axis of y, right? As I said, here is go-to imagination. I didn't joke. Because we will write the graph from ourselves. It doesn't matter and what kind of the graph of the function will be, right? We can draw like this. Let's say. Okay? And here is the graph of this function because we don't know the function. Okay? As I said, it's not definite. That's why the graph also will be definite, not definite. Okay? So I will choose 2 points, and let's say this one and this one. Okay, it doesn't matter, and from where you will just choose 2 points, all right? And let's say this point would be A. So many applicants ask why 8? Because I'm using letters instead of numbers. We don't know numbers because function is indefinite. Alright? And you can choose any letter, it doesn't matter. B, C, D. It doesn't matter, okay? Okay, and the next one would be, so if you think logically, the next one is bigger than the first one. That's why we have to add to a letter any kind of number, right? And it can be or D or C, it doesn't matter. Okay, it would be like this: A plus, let's say, H. Alright? Because, as I said, any kind of number, it means like any kind of letter to tell the truth. Because we cannot use here numbers, because you want to use the numbers and the function should be definite. Okay? I mean, function should be given in definite form. Okay, so A and A plus H. Now we have to find points from axis of Y. From here, I mean, this one and this one. Okay, how we will find it? It's easier. So we will take these 2 points and put instead of x here, alright? And it will look like this. Let's say, okay, let's write with like this. F with respect to x, if you put instead of x, this point, it will be like this. F8. Okay? And if you take the second point, and put instead of x, it would be like this: f8 plus h. Now we found the 2 points from the axis of y. These 2 points, alright? The first one, the second one. Okay, the first one would be f8 plus h. Right? It's bigger than the first one, right? And now let's find and understand the average rate of the change of function. Now we have to find the distance between 2 points, between these 2 points and between these 2 points, right? In order to find the distance of the 2 points, we have to subtract from bigger point than smaller one, right? In order to find distance, we have to subtract, it means from bigger one, from this one, minus the smaller one. So we cross out 2 letters, A, and there remains H, right? So let's sign this with delta x, like this. Okay? And now we find, we have to find the distance from here. So let's say like this. F from bigger one, this one, minus F8. So here we cannot do anything, and it remains without changes. That's why let's sign this with delta y. So here, in order to find the average rate of function, we have to find the ratio of delta y and the delta x. Pay attention, delta y and the delta x. It means like we have to delta y divided by delta x, alright? The first goes delta y and delta x, alright? Remember? And here goes the formula. F8 plus h minus F8 h. As you see, here goes the formula. It's called the average rate of function. So we have this kind of questions which are similar to this question, this topic. So now we can add something different here, like this. Limit. So let's limit when h tends to 0 equals f with respect to x with the sign. Do you remember what does it mean? Of course, it's a sign of differentiation. It means like if you find use this formula for any kind of function, you will find the derivative of this function. Alright? So here, and we come here, x squared. Now to find the differentiation of this, we can use this formula. From here, we can prove how we got the 2x. Alright? So, if you don't believe, and you can check, and so we can check this actually, and if you want to believe, if you want to see, and how we will prove this, okay. Now follow us, we will just show you.